Hey, today I'm talking about the new movie American Fiction. This stars Jeffrey Wright and a ton of other actors you'd recognize, and the basic premise is not what I thought it was going in. What I thought it was about this black writer who doesn't write black, and so his books never sell, and then he eventually writes black and then does really, really well, and then other stuff happens. But that's not the premise. The premise is a man who's a really talented writer struggles with being a giant asshole, and then also just having like lots of family problems. And like the writing stuff, that's like, I wouldn't even call it a B story. That's like a D story. It just like has little things that pop up every now and again. And like, what's so frustrating for me is that like that stuff, what I thought this movie was great. I loved all of that stuff, especially like the part where like he was writing and then like his characters, we saw his characters and he was like talking to his characters. That was really cool. Or like the end of the movie has him like going over some different endings and like that's really cool. But like the movie doesn't have lots of that stuff. It's really just those two scenes where it kind of gets surreal for a second. And like I definitely like the commentary stuff that it has about that pandering writing. Issa Rae, her character, has some really interesting counter arguments to Jeffrey Wright's character about what it means to be a writer in modern America. And I think that was a really interesting conversation. That was a conversation I was like dying for the characters to have, but it didn't happen until really close to the end of the movie. And like, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy this movie. It's a quite like, so it's basically a 4 out of 5. I do think that family drama stuff is interesting, and I really liked Sterling K. Brown's character. And Jeffrey Wright definitely gave an interesting performance. The movie just was not what I was led to believe it was. I thought it was going to be more about writing and like this idea of not being your true self in order to make money. And like it does have that stuff in there. It's just like very slim pickings. But yeah, I definitely liked it and I would recommend it. Just go in with the right mindset of what this movie is about. It's like smooth jazz, which they do feature a lot of. That's not a criticism, I'm just stating a fact. So yeah, it was good and I would recommend it. And now for my ranking, I put this at number 1 in the quite-like section. And this is out of a total of 1 new movie so far this year.